You're listening to Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official podcast of Lingerie Fighting Championships. And now, here's your host, Michael Larkin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships podcast. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me tonight is a fellow Goddess Among Us contestant, the one, the only Missy Trailer Park Barbie Lewis. It is a pleasure, Miss Lewis. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I am good. First and foremost, congratulations on being a part of this amazing contest, folks. The Goddess Among Us has been doing a lot of great stuff, a lot of great viewership for so many great talents and characters, including this lovely entertainer over here. First of all, congrats off for being in the contest. I saw your bio, which we're going to get into. It is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are very welcome. So we'll start it here. So looking at this contest as a whole, and you have your background with Redneck Brawl, which I have seen. My goodness gracious, folks. If you've not seen this woman cut promos, I mean, Conspiracy Smoke Show, I'm talking about Kansas, Yeti. Oh my goodness. Like, I love the delivery that you put into. The character is on point. The inflection in your voice. It's storytelling at its finest, Miss Trailer Park Barbie over here.
I'm here to call out Conspiracy Shit Show, Smoke Show, whatever the fuck type of show she is.
Shout me out. Call me out. Your Conspiracy Smoke Show.
It's Mississippi, also known as Trailer Park Barbie. I decided to fight alongside Ring Girling this time, okay? So I have this contest in the bag, and I look forward to beating you in the Ring Girl contest and in the ring. Because, baby, I ain't scared of you.
If you're brave enough to get in the ring with me, I'll be impressed. But yeah, call me out. Bet you can't whoop me.
But I grew up fighting, and I know how to hold my own.
Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye!
Trailer Park Barbie's back with that bush light, baby. And this time, I'm coming for Yeti. When I heard you wanted to fight, I had to jump on that shit. Because your boy, Sasquatch, did my boys, John and Jug, dirty at the last Brawls.
Sasquatch is the legend. He's the man.
And since I obviously can't fight Sasquatch, I'll just take my revenge out on you. And I'll beat a bitch down. So, we're gonna get this shit on, girl. Okay? You're about to feel the wrath of this beer belly right here. This beer belly is gonna knock you fucking sideways, and you won't even know what fucking hit you, okay? I'm driving 8 hours to knock you the fuck out, bitch. Alright? So you better fucking be there May 4th in West Virginia, so I can beat your fucking ass for my boys, okay?
Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye!
Hey, Kansas. I saw your little video. And bless your heart, you're so mad about Sasquatch being in my DMs.
Right after we broke up, you know, he was in his DMs, acting like he was drunk. We're back together again.
When in reality, he was the one that messaged me the minute y'all broke up. So maybe you should keep that Sasquatch on a leash. And now you want to bring my man into this? Saying he has nothing?
And you're saying that I don't have nothing?
Sis, 3 crowns ain't nothing, okay? And the only reason he lost last time is because Sasquatch laid on him the entire fight.
I'm coming for you now. It's personal, babe. Got that?
If you want to make this personal, it's very personal now. Can't wait to see you on May 4th, bitch. Okay, bye.
Come on! Get you some! Bye-bye!
I try. I definitely try. The promo videos are hard.
Well, it is. And you know what's funny about it, too, as well, is I think when you're doing that delivery, and as it is, folks, this is entertainment. This is what we love to do. We love to apply our crafts. But it's so doggone hard to, like, try to keep a straight face and be tough when you just want to laugh on the inside because, oh, my goodness, your delivery and everything that goes into it. But I think with what you do, it showcases the sex appeal. And there's a lot of overall je ne sais quoi accoutrements that go into delivering a great promo. So I think you did well for what you did.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
You are very welcome. So let's start with Redneck Brawl here because I gotta say I've seen a lot of the competitions there. I know you've done some ring girling. Like I gotta say, you're like a Jill of all trades. We'll start off with the Redneck Brawl side of things because man, besides the promos and competing, what kind of gravitated you towards it? Because I love what the product is doing.
I mean, I literally just one day was on Facebook and saw an advertisement. So I live in Georgia currently. They came to Rome, Georgia at one point, and they advertised on Facebook for ring girls. And I'm like, hey, maybe I should start doing this. And that's how I got into this whole thing. I'm like, well, maybe I should just, try and be a ring girl. And then I ended up getting selected. And that's what got me into the whole Redneck Brawl thing. The very first Redneck Brawl, I was just a ring girl. That's what got me into it, the one in Rome, Georgia. The second one, I was just gonna be a ring girl too. And then the promoter talked me into fighting Conspiracy Smoke Show. He's like, hey, there's another ring girl that wants to fight. So maybe we could have a ring girl versus ring girl event. So he talked me into it. I was like, no, she's gonna kick my ass. I don't want to do it. But but he convinced me somehow. So I said, sure, let's go. And ever since then, so that one and this past one, I fought. I also ran girl, but I also fought. This next coming one in Oklahoma City, I'm supposed to be getting a fight as well, hopefully. But that's what got me into it, was just randomly seeing it on Facebook and wanting to be a ring girl, and that's what got me into the whole fighting thing and everything.
First off, shout out to Georgia and all the Georgia peaches out there. My goodness, yes. And the power of social media with what we see in the influx of what's out there from the advertisement standpoint. I got to say, I mean, in the LFC auspices, to all the LFC fans out there, we have seen women like Mai Richards, who started off as a ring girl, get into the LFC ring. She has had many fights in Sturgis, and her last event in Las Vegas, she competed. I think it's great to see the transition from ring girl to fighter. It's a tough one at that because I think with every promotion and every type of event as far as production goes, there's always the minute detail, the details in itself, the small iota, the ingredient of what makes a great production and show. And I got to say, from seeing your work as a ring girl and now as a fighter, I got to say the transition is really coming along. And I got to say, you're going to get better and better, man. I love what you're doing there. I love the discipline and the hard work that you put into this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because when I first started as a ring girl, I was not working out. I wasn't doing anything. I was not planning on fighting. And then when I had that first fight with Conspiracy Smoke Show and got my ass completely royally kicked in the ring, I said, you know what though, I like this, I want to keep doing it. And since then I have been working out. I've been training really hard on becoming a fighter, and I've been getting so much better. So I've definitely gone from being a ring girl to training to be a fighter, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm training to be a fighter, and I feel like I'm putting in a lot of good work at this point.
Well, I think what's great about life in itself and the adaptation that we have to everything that we do, ladies and gentlemen, including this one over here, which I'm going to go and say this because I think this is the first time ever in the history of LFC, because we've had so many great nicknames from Honey Punch, from Jesse El Toro Santos, from my Death Proof Richard. So I mentioned the ring girl, now transitioned to an LFC fighter. I can honestly say I think this is the first time in the history of Lingerie Fighting Championships we have ever had a Trailer Park Barbie. So I have to ask you first and foremost, love the name, number one, but number two, Trailer Park Barbie. It's a nice mix of, brash and just in your face boom mixed with the Barbie girl living in a Barbie world, aqua style baby, the beauty and everything that goes into it. I think it is a nice little mesh of what we get with the overall personalities. So can you tell us about the Trailer Park Barbie name? I love it. I think it's very entertaining.
Definitely. So I actually got it from, I sponsor wrestling promotions in my area, and there's a whole trailer park family of wrestlers. And my very first Redneck Brawl, when I did Ring Girl, they had put so much makeup on me to get in the ring that they were saying, oh my God, you look like a Trailer Park Barbie. And so the whole Trailer Park family of wrestlers just decided to be like, oh, you know what? Your name should just be Trailer Park Barbie from this point on. So I actually got it from wrestling, from the wrestling sponsorships that I've done. They just dubbed me Trailer Park Barbie from that point on. So I just kind of ran with that name.
I love it. First and foremost, you live up to the gimmick, and the whole how you were christened it, I think, is wonderful. And I mean, you mentioned indie promotions, which I think is so pivotal and integral in today's world of professional wrestling. We have so many of the major companies. We have WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, TNA, back to its original name. But what I love about the independent wrestling scene, it's like Fight Club, but you could talk about Fight Club. It's the wrestling underground. There's so many different promotions in so many different areas, and especially Georgia, especially in the South, due to Jim Crockett Promotions or what we've seen over the years, where we have Flair Country in the Carolinas. We have Georgia, which is highly represented by the Rhodes family, Cody Rhodes being from Marietta. Like, how awesome is it just to see the independent wrestling spots grow, and just how important that is to each and everyone's territory and area, man. I love how the indies have really been coming up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Cody Rhodes actually went to high school, the high school right next to me, up the street from me. So, yeah, grew up in that area. But, yeah, I've always been a really big, since I could walk, WWE fan, always been into wrestling, always honestly wanted to be a wrestler. Just never went through with it. But that was my whole dream as a kid, be a professional wrestler in WWE. So, when I got older, I was like, you know what? Well, let me start going to these local indie wrestling promotions. And then, as I got older, I'm like, well, let me just start sponsoring them and get involved with it. But I've always been one of the biggest wrestling fans, and Cody Rhodes was always one of my favorites. Also, Roman Reigns.
Oh, I like your style. I like your style, ma'am. Yes. So we go from the Shield, we go to the Rhodes family and the Stardust characters, and how Roman has blown up with the Bloodline storyline. I gotta say, with watching now, I'm a little bit with how we're doing with Solo, but I'm looking forward to the story with when we see Roman come back. I really enjoy that overall story.
Yeah. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but CM Punk was always always my boy.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And it's funny because a lot of people, especially what we've seen under the AEW auspices, and now that he's back in the WWE, I've always said this about him, and I think you can concur with me. I like the bluntness. He's very old school. He's very honest, but at the same time, if you could draw money and do good business, then you're golden, man. And he has drawn money and done a lot of good business.
Definitely.
But yes, not an unpopular opinion, but all I got to say, with the CM Punk haters out there, stop hating, start participating. We'll put that.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, ma'am, I will say this about you. We go from fighting. We go from ring girl. We got trailer park girls go round me outside, chick, chick, what? I got to say, with everything that you've done thus far, LFC is on your radar. And before we get into the Goddess Among Us and we show the fine folks this one's page over here, because I love it, I want to ask you, because with everything that we have at Lingerie Fighting Championships, we have everything from fighting, a little bit of MMA, a little bit of wrestling, but there's that L word right there. And I'm not talking about the shape of the L on your forehead. I am talking about lingerie, the sex appeal, the aesthetic, the overall style and profiling, if you will. So I have to ask you, Miss Trailer Park Barbie up in here, what is some of your favorite lingerie that really sticks out to you? Because it's all about looking good, feeling good, empowerment. What's some of your favorite lingerie, ma'am?
Honestly, I've really been, it's not, I guess, technically lingerie, but I've really been rocking the PSD lately.
Okay.
And I'm actually working on getting a sponsorship with them. They've been emailing back and forth with me because that's, what I've been training in. That's what I fought my last fight in. It's not exactly what I'm going to wear in the ring for LFC because I know it's not that sexy. But PSD is my thing right now. But y'all can ask my boyfriend. I don't wear anything other than thongs.
I'm going to put this out here.
He's always like, do you own anything other than a damn thong? And I'm like, no, I really don't. So y'all are probably going to see me in a thong. It's inevitable.
I love the bluntness and honesty. And I got to say this. I'm going to put it out there because I know y'all will pop for this. It's that Cisco vibes, that thong to thong, thong, thong. Hello.
That thong to thong, thong, thong. That's right. Yes.
But no, I can respect that because, first of all, thong is very sexy. You can't go with the you got to go with the classics. The thong is
sexy. And I can't wear normal underwear. it's one thing to wear a thong and then wear normal underwear, get a wedgie with it, and you get pissed off because you have a wedgie, but you're like, what? I wear a thong every day. I don't know. It's I don't know. It's my thing. So
Well, as they said, it's your thing. Do what you want to do now. I can tell you who to sock it to. I like your style. But no, I mean, well, first of all, I mean, I can understand the wedge, if you will, because it does have the wedgie vibes. I get it. But, hey, man, if you're comfortable in the thong, do your thong thing.
exactly.
Now, speaking of doing your thing, folks, we are going to pull up this person's amazing, amazing Goddess Among Us, folks. If you haven't checked it out, boom, there she is. It's the Goddess Among Us contest here.
Yes.
There she is. Whoop, there it is, to quote Tag Team, and you mentioned thong. Hello, folks. Look at this amazing photo.
There it is, the thong right there. Exactly.
Boom. What's great about this contest is, folks, we get to know about so many great contestants, including Miss Trailer Park Barbie over here. So let's start off with this because we have so many great turn-ons and turn-offs in this particular bio. So I got to start with you on this here, Miss Missy Lewis. My goodness, turn-ons, mullets, and strong Southern accents. I'm going to say this right now. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, Billy Ray Cyrus style. Now, I like that. Mullets and strong Southern accents. I can dig it. It goes with the overall inflection and everything with your overall being. I like your style. Those are great turn-ons.
I mean, I'm from the South. I'm from Georgia. We love mullets down here. We all have Southern accents. Yeah.
I feel you. And I'll be honest with you. It's funny. So I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm originally a Long Island boy, right? Yep. I'm a Long Island boy, but my mom's family, a lot of them grew up in the Carolinas from like Charlotte, Greensboro, what have you. My uncle lives in Charlotte, South Carolina. Yes. So it's all Southern activity. One of the big things, two big things that they actually filmed down here was, for those that remember Magic Mike XXL, which starred Channing Tatum, Kevin Nash was in it. They filmed down here on Ocean Boulevard, and in Murrell's Inlet, I don't know if you remember this, used to be on CMT for a little bit, a Party Down South, which is like the southern, if I can put it to like a perspective for the people, I think you can concur. It's like the southern version of Jersey Shore, and they filmed like about an hour and a half from where I live, so I remember. Yep. No, I get it. But mullets and strong Southern accents, I get it. And first of all, who doesn't love a good mullet, right? Like I mentioned, Billy Ray Cyrus pulled off. It's a classic hairstyle,
Exactly.
You got to love the mullets. And as well, the turnoffs here, we have bad hygiene and gross teeth. Get your dental plan in check, baby. And first of all, nobody wants to stink. You don't want to be that kid like in gym class with the stinky locker who doesn't bring up their clothes, for God's sake. After,
Oh my God, yes, please. Come on now.
I feel you, but yes, no, those are great turn-ons and turn-offs. But this one over here, and I've seen you talk about it a lot in promos, for your favorite drink, an ice-cold Busch Light. Yes, great
Body
drink.
by Busch Light. This is the Body by Busch Light, baby. I should have a sponsorship by Busch Light because this body is by Busch Light. Now, I don't have the beer belly anymore, and they did say that last Redneck Brawl. The first Redneck Brawl I fought in, I had a beer belly, and that's where the Body by Busch Light came from. But this past one, they even said, you don't have that anymore. You got abs, so you can't really say that anymore. But I'm still Body by Busch Light, and Busch Light needs to sponsor me at this point.
I will say this: if again checking out your promo, just what you've done on that front, I got to say, promoting the beer belly and just everything in general. I can say this honestly, out of all the promos that we've seen in professional wrestling, whether you're doing indies or the pros, I think that is probably the first time, ma'am. And I love your authenticity here. This is the first time. All right. Yeah, I got a beer belly. What's up? This body is beer belly, baby. I like it.
I told my last opponent that I was going to knock her sideways with my beer belly. And then I got there and had no beer belly. And the promoter was like, well, where did it go? But yeah.
You're kind of like you're kind of like another level of what Tony Storm's doing now in AEW. Chin up, tits out, and watch out for the shoe, but you're not throwing shoe at anybody. That's
exactly. Yeah.
And then we get to the favorite food here, pizza. Yes. Who does not love a good slice of pizza? Manja. Now, I got to ask you, because Lauren Ceccarelli, who is one of our fighters and is also a fellow contestant, she loves pizza herself. She is big on the pineapples on pizza. Now, I got to ask you, pineapples on pizza, yay or nay?
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed feelings about that. I have to be in the mood to have pineapple on my pizza. My favorite pizza is Supreme, though. Supreme with no pineapple. But every now and then, I kind of want some pineapple on my pizza.
Okay, fair enough. I can respect that.
Yeah.
I think for me, and I can concur with a lot of people on this, like I love what you're talking about Supreme, like back home in New York, like you get yourself a Sicilian slice and
Mhm.
you put some pepperoni on that bitch. My
Oh
goodness. But
yeah.
you get meatball, you get pepperoni, some do pineapples. There's so much different cravings with pizza, and it doesn't matter because pizza is a time
Oh
honored
yeah.
tradition treasure, man. But yeah, I do like your style on the pizza front, mixed with an ice cold Bush Light pizza and beer.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am, please. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
And for the fantasies, wouldn't you like to know? You're teasing us. You're teasing us. And I like the tease because everybody has talked about their fantasies and whatnot. But you, ma'am, you're giving us the tease. You give us a little appetizer of what we think about you. I like your style. Wouldn't you like to know? Keep us guessing.
Yeah, you guys have to guess. Yeah.
And what I do adore about this, and this just goes to just show the kind of person that you are, veterinary technician. I mean, helping out the animals and the love for every animal out there, I think is wonderful. So much love and respect to you on that, helping out the animals.
I've been doing that 10 years. Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you because we talk about Jill of all trades, beer belly, and I'm going to be a ring girl. I'm going to drink beer and have pizza, and I'm going to fight. Just everything transition. Veterinary technician, I got to say, Jill of all trades, number one. But number two, what kind of gravitated you towards the veterinary technician type of things, man? I love that. I think it's great what you're doing with the animals.
Well, what gravitated me toward it was because I hate people and I wanted to work with animals. But once you actually become a veterinary technician, you don't realize that you have to work more with people than animals. But still, I hate people, so I enjoy my job because I get to hang out more with the dogs and the cats than I do people. Um, but also, the veterinary technician thing helps me with my fighting because I'm having to wrangle 100-pound dogs and lift giant dogs and all of that all day too. So I'm getting my workout during the day, and then I can go work. So yeah,
No,
that's a great thing to do while you're fighting, I gotta tell you.
no, I completely understand. I think if you get your practice on animals before you actually get it on people, that actually definitely makes sense with how rowdy those animals can be. I like it. And I think what's great about it too is how you talk about,
Oh
what sometimes
gosh,
you hate
yes.
people. Well, yeah, well, sometimes when you talk about hating people, it kind of reminds me of when you look at the 60s movies like The Incredible Mr. Limpet. Like Don Knotts was not very much a people person. It's like, hey, I like to talk to fish. Sometimes he wanted to be a fish. And like towards the end of the movie, he becomes a fish. So I mean, hey,
Right.
my exactly. And I will say this about you as well, ma'am. Also in your bio, what I do love about it is too the motto, making fighting look pretty. And I fight to show girls that they can be a part of these brawls and get in that ring. Making fighting look pretty. I like it. The
Oh,
motto is there.
yep, I got t-shirts, I got hoodies, I got all that. Making fighting look pretty, that's my big thing. Um, yeah.
But I gotta say, I
That's my
think
whole
that's
thing. Making fighting look pretty. I used to be blonde too. My logo was blonde, but I just recently switched to red. I don't know. It looks better, I feel like, though, than the blonde.
all right. Well, let's talk about this here because some people do dye in their hair, and I mean we've seen your photos as a blonde and as an overall promo with your blondness. I got to say the red hair does look nice. It compliments you very well. You're very welcome, and I will say this, folks. I
Thank
think with
you.
what we have,
Yeah.
oh, you're very welcome with what we have coming in store for Missy Trailer Park Barbie Lewis over here. I cannot wait to see what you have coming in store. Number one, but also number two, what I do enjoy as well, and we're going to put this out into the universe here. I think with everything you do from your thong to thongs and everything in general, how important is it, number one, not just with your thongs, but number two, how important is it just to be just authentic with what you do? Because I mean, there's some people who do what they do and they live the character, but I think just your authenticity and bluntness goes a long way within yourself and in your character. I think how important is it just to be so authentic and be yourself, right?
So honestly, the blonde hair and all that was definitely not authentic to me. In all honesty, my ex wanted me to keep blonde hair. When we broke up, I said I'm not having blonde anymore. I'm going back to what I originally was dark hair, gauges, tattoos, piercings. That's authentic me. The Barbie thing actually was not authentic me at all. So now that I'm with the love of my life, I can actually be me and have dark hair, gauges, tattoos, all of that. So this is actually authentic me now. I was trying to actually change my profile with Redneck Brawl from Trailer Park Barbie to Raging Cajun because I'm actually from Louisiana and I'm actually Cajun. Um, it's not going to work because everyone knows me at Trailer Park Barbie, but I can at least go back to the red and the gauges and the tattoos and be myself again. Um, so y'all are gonna see a lot more of redheaded Trailer Park Barbie than y'all are gonna see blonde at this point.
First of all, Raging Cajun, I'm glad you mentioned Raging Cajun is even up there in top tier. Shout out to the fine folks of Louisiana. My goodness, yes, ma'am. So Raging Cajun, Trailer Park Barbie, you fit the mold, ma'am, and I mean that in the utmost sincerity and respect there. And well, I think what's great about it too is with your authenticity first and foremost, the gauges, the overall tattoos, and the piercings. Not only is that show just an edge and sex appeal, but I think what's also cool about it too, as well, is because we're known for seeing in professional wrestling. I equate it's like when you see Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus still looks amazing, and then she's almost 50, beautiful woman. But
Right.
here comes doggone Lita over here doing Hurricane Ranas and having the red head and showing the little thong, like we mentioned thong earlier. Like that's the alternative. Well, that's the alternative to what we have with Trish Stratus. The blonde hair, blue eyes, looking good. But then you got this one over here doing Hurricane Ranas and with that edge about her. So there's
Right.
something for everybody, and you have to have variety.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and he wanted me to be run of the mill blonde, no gauges, the long fingernails, which I can't have anymore because I fight. And he was like, "Oh, why don't you have your nails?" Because I fight now, can't have them. But yeah, when I was dating him, I literally had to take my gauges out, dye my hair blonde. So I'm very happy that I get to go back to what I actually am at this point and very authentic me. The dark hair. These are definitely gauges. You just can't tell because they're hoops, but yeah.
I gotta say, I do love that. And first of all, much love and happiness to you and your partner. God bless, because I think you're very welcome, because this right here, folks, not only are we talking about sexiness, but we're also putting out relationships, because this is how a relationship should be, respecting and loving your partner for who they are. Huh?
Exactly. And I'm actually making a really big move on Sunday. I'm actually moving to West Virginia from Atlanta to be with him. That's
folks, I gotta say, not only relationship goals,
very big move.
not only relationship goals, and I'm clapping for that because number one, but also number two, safe travels, ma'am, and number three, that's
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Like I said, I think that's great.
Thank you.
All right. Now, one other thing I do have to mention too as well here in today's forum, because we've covered a lot. We talked about thongs, we talked about relationships. Give me some pineapple on a pizza, depending on the mood. Hello,
Yes.
but also at the same time as well, ma'am. The name of this fine contest, folks, is Goddess Among Us. There's entries, there's prizes, there's so much accoutrements going into this contest, especially the Trailer Park Barbie over here, which give her a vote. You have my vote, ma'am. Go on and vote for the Trailer Park Barbie. You're welcome. Now, we talk about it a lot because a goddess is defined as so many different things, much like sexiness. It can mean many different things, from physical, internally, externally. I think it's wonderful to see the many goddesses that we have in this tournament come in many different shapes and sizes. But to the Trailer Park Barbie, we talk about the authenticity and we talk about the genuinity. So to Trailer Park Barbie, Miss Missy Lewis, what does a goddess mean in your own words?
Man. I mean, I gotta go with the authenticity. I mean, you just got to do what you love. Like with me, with the brawling, I mean, I'm never gonna give up on that. That's become my big thing. I live for it now. I try to get every fight I can. Um, I want other women to realize that they can do what they want to do, and be authentic, like we've been talking about. And don't listen to other people. Don't listen to other people when they're like, you need to be blonde and all that. Just be beautiful in your own way. do what makes you beautiful.
Beautifully and eloquently said. That touched my heart. I really did love that. That was no, for real. That was very nice, and that was very beautiful words and choice of words. I think a lot of people can adhere to those sentiments, and y'all should take in those sentiments from Miss Trailer Park Barbie. And I will say this, ma'am. I hope you do go far in this contest. And second of all, you're very welcome. And second of all, the overture's here. Anytime you want to come back on the show, you're more than welcome. I definitely have to have you back for a round 2.
Awesome.
Now, before we do close this out, folks, because this one over here is such a fun follow on the Instagram. I will say this. The Instagram is popping from everything from promos, from everything to your imagery. You are a very fun follow. So where can the fine people who listen to this show follow you on the social media front? Instagram, the floor is yours. Promote the social media.
Okay, so Instagram, K2_85. I have TikTok as well, Mississippi 0195. And then if you want to follow me on Facebook, my Facebook handle is Trailer Park Barbie. I believe it's Trailer Park Barbie 85, or it's just Trailer Park Barbie. But you can also find me on Facebook as Katie Clackum, CLACKUM.
First of all, lovely name in its own right, Miss Clackum, KC, baby, yes. And
Yes.
Trailer Park Barbie, Mississippi, Raging Cajun. You are a woman of many names, but that many names solidifies a beautiful, wonderful spirit. So much love and respect to you on that front.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Now, folks, if you want to check out this show, you can check out Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships, on LFCfights.com on the VIP section. We are up to season 9, and you can see this face and this face, more of this face you actually should check out on this podcast, and more on the VIP section of the LFC website. Subscribe to Mike Larkin 92 on YouTube, and check out SM Show 1 or MCL 92, Larkin_92 and M Larkin MB on Instagram. There's so many social medias, so little time, but God damn it, we make the most of our time, as this one does over here. So to close this out, Miss Trailer Park Barbie, do you have any final words for the people? Y'all should go vote for her, but do you have any other final words for the people?
Yes, go vote for me, Goddess Among Us, and hopefully you guys will see me in the next Redneck Brawl and in the next LFC show.
Let's go, man. You got some kicks, you got some strikes, and you got a whole lot of...
I got lots of kicks, as y'all saw in my last Redneck Brawl fight.
I would just put this over even before we close this out, because I got to say this, the kick machine over here. Dakota Kai is the kick demon, the kick queen, if you will, in WWE. This one, ferocious.
Yeah, they're kind of calling me the Clam Slammer 3000 now for that last fight.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't help but use my legs. I grew up playing soccer. I don't know. It's a habit.
Well, I'm going to say you bent it like Beckham, man. Got to kick that shit up. Hello.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness.
So for the kicking, the striking, and thong wearing Trailer Park Barbie, put that bitch on a t-shirt. My name is Mike Larkin, and as I say to end each and every one of these shows, beauty, strength, and dominance, the 3 key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Miss Missy Lewis, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night.
That thong, the thong, thong, thong. Woo! Have a good night.
Thong, thong.
Gamble with your life. If you didn't know. You don't want no smoke, little type of shit that make you choke. This dope, but there's no coke, there's no weight, but these pounds will take weight off. Get you light as a featherweight, get higher than elevation. Patience, young brother. I gas up and aim this flame, this bum burner. Son of a gun, son of a father, he never really knew. Son of God and my mama the proof. Get in the booth and make a mess, huh? Get in the pew and start confessing like Usher. I let it burn for my haters. A lot of struggles, but I'm blessed, huh? Everybody got a kryptonite, even with an S in their chest. I digress. A lot of niggas will come to me for the hookup. Nowadays I got these niggas spooked, huh? Rappers are starving. These niggas hungry for the lyrics that I cook up. Niggas is blowing smoke, no hookah. I hear the rumors, yeah. I hear the rumors you creating. Try to make yourself bigger. I see you steady deflating. I know greatness takes time, so I'm learning to have some patience. But life is what you make it, and I want to make it big, you know? You must want a war or something. If niggas want a war, it's nothing. They want a war, I'm busting. Rest in pieces, little. You about to meet the reaper, little. Yeah. You must want a war or something. If niggas want a war, it's nothing. They want a war, I'm busting. Rest in pieces, little. You about to meet the reaper, little. Yeah.